Amy, that's no moon. That's a space station.
Oh, it is?
It's still us, Mo and Amy from the Flippin' Fantastic podcast. This is just our behind the scenes where we talk about everything and anything except reselling. Make sure you subscribe and take a listen. Bye.
I know you don't get the joke because you don't watch Star Wars.
Oh, that's a Star Wars? Really? A Star Wars picture?
It's a Star Wars line and a Star Wars picture.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, see,
Help
I
me
guess
out. Help me out in the comments and telling me to watch Star Wars so she can be in. I mean, it's,
it's 2025. It's probably like,
it's,
what, 50 years old? I should watch it by now. Is it
yeah, it is
50
almost
years old?
50 years old.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
see. Yeah, what, 77?
Oh, wow. So we're getting close to the 50-year anniversary. I just feel like I
Yes.
would be so like bored with it. It's just bored. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's not your cup of tea, I understand. I understand.
Every time
But
I have ever seen anything about Star Wars, it's just like these fighter jets and like these little like streams of pew pew lights, and I'm just like,
pew, pew.
it's just I don't know. I just don't get it. Sorry to offend the Star Wars fanatics.
Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about the moon today. But since we were going to talk about the moon and those ladies went to space,
Space.
space, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about them and their whatever it is they did. There's a
Yeah.
lot of conspiracy around what happened.
During those 11 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where were they? Now, I like a good conspiracy symbolism conspiracy.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just like it. Like, whether I believe it or not. I'm not even going to say whether I believe it or not, but did you see the conspiracy around their, whenever you have a mission, you get a patch, right?
Okay.
Did you see it around their patch? Did you see the
The
symbolism
symbols?
conspiracy?
Oh, I something about like if you turn it upside down, it's like a pagan,
Yeah.
like the goat head or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you got a picture.
So here's the patch. Now, the Blue Origins, they're calling it the New Shepherd. Well, that offends
The
a
old
certain
shepherd?
segment because Jesus was the shepherd, right? So
Okay.
that offends them. So they don't like that already. They don't like it. But then,
Okay.
so there is, if you turn this upside, you see there's a spaceship. Can you see can you see? Oh, you can see this one. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
So there's the spaceship. There's the 6 women, their faces,
Oh,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Their names.
Okay.
They've got little stars in between. And NS-31, that was New Shepard 31st, the 31st mission.
Mhm.
So here is Baphomet. He came around I forget when was the century. Anyway, he came around as a symbol like during the Knights Templar,
Mhm.
yada yada. He's a goat-headed and footed god.
Yeah.
He's got the horns, got the pentagram up there, right?
Mhm.
So if you turn this one upside down, looks like Baphomet.
Gotcha. Yeah. I could totally
The
see that too.
Yes, I can see it. It's not. I don't think it's that far of a stretch. Let's just say you're
No.
playing into their
Mhm.
hands if the faces. I saw someone say and it does kind of, you can kind of see that it looks like um hands holding like torches, like the
It
fire. Do you see that there? Like a hand and like a torch. That's a little bit of a
No.
stretch, but
A hand?
like
Yeah, I
this
don't see
part's the
that.
hand, and then this is the torch, like the fire.
In that direction? Like upside down?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, I don't see that at all.
Yeah,
That's
that's a stretch. So some of the other things about this is there's 6 women, right? 6.
Mhm.
There were 6 women. So you've got the 6 faces. You've got on here. you've got their 6 names, and in between their names, you have 6 stars. So what's that, Amy? 666.
Oh my gosh. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
Stop it. Oh my
So yeah,
gosh.
so you got the 6 names, 6 stars, 6 women.
Okay.
Um, there are some, there's some little symbols like around here. Do you see those? I
Uh-huh.
didn't see if they meant anything.
Mhm.
I didn't see anything about that. That one looks like maybe it's kind of hard to see even on here. Well, I'm looking big. Um, like a star, maybe that's like I don't know if that's scales or something,
Yeah, I can't
like a
even see it.
comet.
I just see like
Yeah.
white. Yeah, I didn't
So I, I
notice that.
just, yeah. Oh, and I saw one about, in Freemasonry, 33 is the highest, right?
Okay.
Something with these 33, I think this might be, if you do some weird numerology thing, it can, the the N and the S can translate to 33 somehow. And then 31 uh backwards is 13. So, you've got that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are some stretches. Some
I love it
stretches,
though. I
Mo.
love it. I don't know why. I just find it I think I find it fascinating the things that people
Other
will
people
try and
find.
fit into it,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
But if you're new to all this, this goes to the theories that the elites are this is a ritual they conducting.
Oh.
So they talked about how this was fake, right? That they did not really go into space. People pointed out things that, now, first of all, the space thing is you can debate that. It was suborbit. They're not really they're not in outer space. They're more like inner space, right?
Inner
They're
space. Do you
they're
remember that
high.
movie, Inner Space?
Yes. It was Martin Short and
It wasn't a Quaid, like a Dennis Quaid?
yes,
Yeah,
Dennis Quaid.
yeah. Loved that
The
movie. I thought
so
it was
they
weird that, like, when you would see pictures from the inside and the videos from the inside, like, it looked a lot bigger than when you see the capsule from the outside. Like, how did all 6
right.
of them there were 6 chairs in there that they all had to
Yes.
be, like, strapped in, which seems
Yes.
like a
And
really tight spot, you know?
it kind of is. I'll show you in a minute.
Mhm.
So it's suborbital. Yeah. So, this is what it looks like from the outside. There's the door.
Mhm.
And there's like controversy around the door. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But so here's the inside. You're kind of like you're laying, kind of reclined. So they're kind of
That looks pretty big for
do you know
having
the
6 recliners, basically, you know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's one here, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Although, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm thinking we're looking in from the door. So is there a chair in front of the door?
I'm sure there's
I
one to the
tried
side, off to the
I
side.
tr yeah, I mean, it's hard to
It could
I
be a
wish
chair at the door too, like a captain's chair that you can turn, so you can, like
maybe
I don't know.
something that it moves out of
They
the
don't really
way
have a lot of space that they can, like,
because that's the thing is I couldn't find a picture of like, I would like a picture from above. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanna see
like, from the
how that
above inside?
yes, just so I can
Oh.
see the whole thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is I don't know where that 6th chair is and the door. It's
Mhm.
weird, especially since the door opens inside,
Yeah, you're
which we
right. So
found out.
it
Okay?
couldn't be a captain's chair there because it would hit the door. I mean, it would hit the chair. Do you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is that right there in that picture on the top right? There's like the window right there. Just move your arrow up a little bit. Yeah, what's that thing
It
right there?
yeah, it's hard to see, but it looks like that is gonna show you, like got the countdown, and it's showing the outs like, you're getting a picture of the rocket. Like, that's
Oh,
the rocket in there.
I thought it
like
was a
so for takeoff.
hinge. I thought it was like a door hinge. Do you know what I mean?
No, no, in this picture it's a video.
Oh, okay.
Like so you're looking at the takeoff
Okay.
as you take off.
Makes sense. That makes sense now. Hmm.
Um, so there's our girls.
And look how tight that looks. How are there 6 chairs all the way around
It's
them?
very tight. It's very
So,
tight.
doesn't
Um,
and look, there's numbers above there of those windows too. Do you see that? There was not
yeah.
numbers above that other there were
Yeah, I
not.
don't know, and I don't know if this is I mean,
Is that a
this might be
simulation?
AI. You know what I mean? Or like
Oh,
yeah, it was hard to find a picture of like the whole thing, and so
mhm.
I don't know if this is just a
Like a replica inside, like for
right, like the
training
design
purposes?
image.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is this just the replicas? It's not the real thing, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be what the inside of it looks like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cause, well, no.
The
Well, I see
walls
some
look the
wire,
same.
like there's wires
There's
up here and stuff.
mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe that
Yeah.
one's just a fake. Um,
Mhm.
I guess okay, so some of the things people were saying is their hair's not, you see pictures of that Suni, what was her name? Suni Williams? Was it Williams?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
don't know
was
if
it
that was
on
her
the
name,
space.
but
One
mhm.
of the I know her first name's Suni. I can't remember her last name. The two that were quote unquote stranded up there. I mean,
Yeah. They were. They were. They were stranded.
they were. Yeah, I know. Because some people say, well, they weren't. And I'm like, but they're like, they're fine. And I said, but the thing of it is because the space station, they were only supposed to be up there for a week, right? They didn't have supplies for them. They didn't have, you know,
Yeah.
stuff wasn't worked out for them. And they did send up some extra supplies. Like, you gotta think of
Mhm.
that stuff. Anyway, she had she's just that curly head of hair, like thick hair, and it's floating straight up and down.
Yeah.
And, but, again, she's not in suborbit. They're in, orbit. And
Yeah.
these guys are only you're technically in a free fall when you're weightless. So I don't know. Now,
I mean, they they
s-
they they weren't even up there long enough for their hair to like lose gravity. So, like let's you know.
so look at how glammed up they are.
Oh, of course.
Think about all the product on that hair. There was a TikToker I watched yesterday that was like, look at the hair extensions. She's like, hair extensions in space, all the
Yeah.
extensions. Because
Uh-huh.
everybody had this long hair.
Yeah.
Like, look, how much stuff is on that hair?
I, yeah. And like all of it. Like look at Katie's nails are done, her makeup is like
Hmm.
pristine, her Botox is
Yeah,
snatched, her flower is floating, you know. And
yeah.
what
Now,
Jeff Bezos is whatever her name is, Lauren. She was
yeah,
wearing heels. Did you see that? She was wearing
yes,
heeled boots or whatever. I don't know if they were
yes.
boots, but they were heeled
I
for sure.
mean, like, come on. One of the things that I really can't figure out, and I'm not, I'm no rocket scientist, but you know, like when real astronauts train, and I don't know what the G's are to get to where they go. Like,
Uh-huh.
how many G's do you go through? Because, when real astronauts train, they do all those simulations and they do that spinny thing.
Yeah.
And, even in, when people fly on, go for rides on like a fighter jet or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and like people that aren't the actual
Pilots and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, they go for a ride and they'll like pass out and stuff,
Yeah.
for a
Uh-huh.
second because the G's hit them so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the G's are on this because people are like, why is their makeup so pristine after going through, in a rocket up to space and going through
Mhm.
G's and everything? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, your face.
Right. Yeah. And did they have to I don't know the history on them. Like, did they have to train at all to do this? Like, what
I
was the
saw
lead up
something
to
that
it?
said like just like a 2 week little protocol, like safety, probably,
Uh-huh.
how to buckle the seatbelt and
And open the door.
Yeah, apparently. Let's talk about the door. So it opens inside. That you can have it either way, I guess. The whole question was when Bezos got there for the big, let's open the door, and he
Mhm.
had that tool, but the door was already open. Now, here's the thing. Now, and this is the only reason I might question something. Why did they open the door? I
And
mean, I guess you should be able to open it from the inside, but
yeah.
like, why did they? Why did they? You
Um,
know?
and it was flimsy. Like, did you notice when it was opened,
Yeah.
it was very
Mm-hmm.
flimsy? But just to play devil's advocate, because
Mm-hmm.
I have notes to try to be the devil's advocate on this.
Yeah.
We only saw what they showed us. What if they had already like done all of that already? What if they had already like opened it and they were just basically like, okay, let's reenact this for photos. Like Jeff wanted more
Oh
photos,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
But that door, when they opened it, it looked so flimsy. Like it wasn't even, like my front door looks more sturdy than that door did, you know?
Right. And I know people were taking the tiny little pictures of the thickness of the door and were like comparing them to like airplane doors.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that too.
And it is pretty crazy. And you think about like airplane, like people have gotten sucked out of airplanes. Like we
Yeah.
were just talking about this not too long ago. I forget how many years ago it was, but it was at Philadelphia airport, and this woman got sucked out the window. Like they were holding on to her, trying to keep her, something happened with the
Mhm.
window and she got sucked out. I I
Yeah.
don't know. Like you see everybody, I mean, you've been on an airplane, you've seen airplane doors. Like
There's
I
yeah.
I would just think this would be a little bit more sturdy. Airplanes don't go up as high as this did.
Right. And it looked, I mean, it looked almost like as thick as like my screen door. Like you know how your screen door is kind of it's not exactly very sturdy
Right,
unless there's
right, right.
glass in it,
Uh-huh.
but they're just like
Yeah.
it's a little rickety almost. Rickety would be a
Yeah.
good word to describe this considering
Right.
it's going into space. So,
I know another thing was the windows that people were like, the windows look bigger on
mhm.
the outside than from or on the inside than from the outside, or I
Mhm.
just um, we just what we don't have um they don't really give you. It's almost like they want the conspiracy because they don't give you enough of the inside. I want to see the door on the inside. I want to see it from that.
Yeah.
Take a 360 picture of it so we can.
Hmm. I don't know. I didn't dig that deep, but did any of them like take footage and like live stream it on their social medias or anything? You would think because I saw in one of the pictures that somebody had a GoPro on their wrist. Did you see that? I mean, I don't know if it was in your photos,
um
but just in general, one of
no,
them had a
I didn't
GoPro.
I didn't notice that. No, I didn't see.
It's like
I haven't
where
seen any of that.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay. I want to see the footage of your whole. It's only 11 minutes. It's not a long video. We don't need it edited either. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Just show us. Give us what we want. We want to see it.
Exactly.
And then what about like people are talking about the landing of it? How did you see the landing? It was like it hit the desert and then it showed all this dust like
Yeah, because it
plume.
has it shoots out an air cushion,
Yeah, that's what I was
you
gonna
know.
say. That was gonna be
And
my
I
devil's
think
advocate.
yeah, the Russian Soyuz does something similar with the parachutes and the air cushion, so
Mhm.
it doesn't
Crash.
it lands kind of soft.
I saw a video of, like, it from the land, and I was like,
Right.
"Oh, it's definitely" it almost like it's, like, reverse magnetism, kinda keeps it from, like,
Mhm.
hitting, like, that was the
Yeah.
the the
Uh-huh.
vibe I got. I was like, "Oh,
Right.
okay." It wasn't like this
Yeah.
jolt.
It's almost just I don't know, they just leave out enough that we can't see or something that, like, makes these conspiracy theories, like, pop up, you
Yeah.
know? There's just enough. The other thing is the complete tone deafness of these women. coming off. Look, I'm all for going to space. If I could get on this thing and go up there for 10 minutes, I'd go in a hot minute.
You
Okay?
would?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
But these bees coming back and kissing the ground
Oh,
like they did something,
yeah. Yeah,
you
it was
know?
it was a bit
And
extreme.
that whole Gail King interview. Did you go to space?
Right.
Oh my God, the memes from that are hilarious.
Yeah. I get it.
Like,
She's I mean, she's proud. She's proud of it. I don't know how much it costs.
and I
Did
get
Jeff
that,
pay for all
but
that?
being the way they acted, like other people have done this. Other people have done this. I
Mhm.
mean, was it all 6 women? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just be cool about it. Don't like sit there and say, well, you didn't go to space. Well, you barely went to space. I mean, that's why people are saying it now.
Right.
You didn't go to space either, Gail, you know?
Or the everyone's like, are they astronauts or are they space crew or are they space tourists? At this point,
And
they're space
I
tourists,
it's space tourists or suborbital tourists.
suborbital tourists. All I know is,
Cause yeah,
Mo, I've got my patch. I'm gonna put it on my. I don't know if you guys can see it. I should change
you're an
it though.
astronaut now.
I could
I
just get
have a
rid of the
patch somewhere.
A and the A, and then it'd be NS, and then we could just put 34, and I can be a space tourist. And then you can buy this at the gift shop for $4.75.
Exactly. I would go in a minute if anybody wants to send me some money.
We're looking for
I'll go
sponsors.
up. I will take pictures of the door from the inside so we
Well,
would all know what
maybe
it looks like.
obviously they had to sign some kind of like NDA because maybe
I'm sure.
they aren't showing us the inside of it, because same with like military ships. They don't show you the inside of
Yeah,
military
I
ships
guess.
because they
I
don't
know.
want other countries to duplicate it and
Yeah.
see their secrets. You know, it's
I don't know. I feel like we saw the inside of the space shuttle.
but what
We
they
saw the
wanted to
doors of
see.
the space shuttle. We saw yeah, I guess.
Think about it. Just like Instagram, and you show people the life that you want people to see. So the same thing, you
Yeah.
kind of just like
Yeah.
placate and go, here's the whole thing, and then basically everything else is under the floorboards, and
I guess. I
yeah.
guess.
Mm-hmm. So, they didn't go to the moon because the moon's not real, right, Mo? That's what you told me last week, and I was like, when you brought up that the moon was, you had heard conspiracies about the moon being fake. I was like, I had never heard these, other than being little and the moon is cheese and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I have to look into this. I had never heard any of these, and I had to do a little deep dive. Or not, maybe not a deep dive,
Yeah.
but a
So
shallow
we know that
dive.
shallow. Was it hollow like the moon?
Yes.
It's a space station, Amy. A it's not a actual moon.
Yeah.
Well, so the moon, if you don't already know, the moon, we only see this side of it between the Earth's rotation, the moon's rotation, and the moon's orbit around the Earth. It's in perfect synchronicity that we only see this. That's why there is a dark side of the moon,
Mhm.
and it's always the dark side of the moon. Like it's always faced away from us. We
Yeah.
never see the other side.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which is pretty, I don't know, unusual, I guess. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird when you like think about it. Like, oh, you don't see the actual rotation of it, which is, I didn't even realize that until like we were talking about this and like looking into it. You always hear dark side of the moon, but I just always assumed there's always a dark side of the moon. Didn't know it
It's
was.
not just a Pink Floyd album, Amy. It's an actual real
It's
thing.
true.
Mhm.
I thought it was interesting when I was looking into it. There was like cultures and early cultures that they said that, like the history of the world before the moon. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's so intriguing that
Mhm.
they have recorded history of before the moon. Like, I just never even thought about that. So it's like,
Right.
where did that come from that there was a world without the moon in it?
And that's, like,
Oh,
something you have to, like, deep dive into because it's not something
yeah.
you hear about. You always hear about, like, "Oh, this culture worshiped the moon or the moon goddess," and, that kinda thing. You don't hear about that
Mm.
there's some that don't reference the moon at all, you know? And
Or
so
it's just like, a pre-moon and post-moon, you know?
Mhm,
It's like
mhm.
oh, that's so interesting to think that then it made me the art in me wanted to know if there was artwork that was done, like, that had no moon in the sky, you know, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
How, like, there's artwork there's supposed, like, spaceships and stuff in them, and, like, um what is another one? There's, like, Egyptians, they look like they're holding, like, laptops and stuff like that in the images and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
that could be are these gifts from the the beings that live on this moon that was brought to our Earth, type
Right.
thing? Which
Yeah.
is what was it? One of them was like it's a home. It's astronaut, not an astronaut, but like an extraterrestrial home base or something. Wasn't that one of
Yeah.
them? And
And
it's
there's,
hollow and it rings. Like there's a reverb
yes.
and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, it rings like a bell. That was in 1969
What that they?
or between 69 and 77, and they had there's seismometers on there, that detect earthquake activity.
Mhm.
There's moonquakes, and it's, like, described as ringing like a bell, and then on the 69 the Apollo 12 crashed the ascent stage of its lunar module into the moon. That was on purpose. It was what happened. And, it rang like a bell for almost an hour,
So weird.
and
Yeah.
it has, like, these shallow moonquakes, can't say
Mhm.
earthquakes,
Yeah.
that act way different than so all those seismometers, they found the moonquakes, they act a lot different than here on Earth. I
Mhm.
mean, that makes sense because it's not the same, but, So in 1970, um, 2 Russians had a theory or hypothesis that, the moon is a space station by
Yeah.
unknown beings,
That's what's on the
and,
dark side?
it's like kind of their base, yeah.
I don't know about that. Because why wouldn't we like, see stuff through, like, telescopes? 'Cause, obviously, there's telescopes that are, like, constantly looking at the moon. Why wouldn't you see stuff?
So, if you so I did pull up one thing. This is actually from NASA, I think. If you Google hard enough, there are people that point their telescopes at the moon
Mhm.
and are constantly recording UFO activity. So
Yeah.
this one, can you see it right there?
That sliver or whatever?
Yeah, they call it
Okay.
the surfboard. I guess it was, and so it was in motion. This is just a picture, and
Okay.
that's the moon's surface. I forget when this one was how long ago this one was, but I've seen other like little videos of that people have taken supposedly. I mean, of course we are in the era of AI now, so
Yeah.
it's hard, but there are people that swear they point their
Telescopes?
telescopes at the moon and they see stuff all the time.
Uh-huh.
So, um,
So this was,
you
like,
can
a screenshot of a video, and there's, like, something moving across the video, or
I was
wha
just trying to find a nice, like, clear one,
Uh-huh.
or one
But
that you could kinda see,
Mhm.
um,
But is
that
that
came
what
from a source,
Uh-huh.
um,
But is that what
hold
they were
on.
saying? Like, it was in motion, and then that's just the screenshot of it? Interesting, and, of course, we can't tell how big that is. There's no baseline to, like.
Oh, yeah, for us, I don't know,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, that could have been, like, a mile long.
this was orbiting the moon, and this is just a still photo, but there is
Mhm.
video of it. If you look up the surfboard orbiting the moon, you'll see it. This was
Okay.
NASA. NASA photographed it.
Oh, okay.
I think it was video, but I don't. It might just be pictures.
Gotcha.
And it was last year.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how
Well,
old
they
was this?
released it. They released it last year.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
It's pretty, it's one of the new ones when they started, oh, disclosure, we have UFO
Exactly.
stuff. So who knows when it
Exactly.
was taken? I mean, you can look up. There are many instances of astronauts from the Apollo missions to the space shuttles to reporting seeing strange lights
Yeah.
and UFOs, just something they could not explain. I mean,
Yeah.
even Buzz Aldrin saw some strange lights.
That's cool. Like, just I can't imagine. I can't imagine what they saw, you know? Yeah. That's, I like that. And
Of
well,
course, you can get into the we never went to the moon. That's a
oh my
whole
gosh,
other
that's
episode.
I know. But
I mean, I
what
think we
about the
went, but
whole, like, the moon is a hologram? Like, I don't even I don't even understand that. Like, where a hologram means it's coming from a source. What's the source of this
right, where's the
hologram?
source? And then that brings you to eclipses.
Yeah,
Like
true.
how's a hologram blocking out the sun? And that's another thing that people have pointed out that seems strange. The moon is like the perfect size and the perfect like that's another it's the perfect distance from between us and the sun and the perfect size to completely block the sun out during
Yeah.
those. Do you know what I mean? Because
I saw something about that too. Yeah.
if it was like a different distance away, if it
Mhm.
was a different size, it wouldn't do that.
What I saw was the moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, and
Mhm.
equally, it's 400 times further away from the sun. So it's almost like it's like a complete wash of the
Yeah.
of it. And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But then I saw something else that said that every day something is changing. I don't know if it's like the corona of the sun maybe that is changing. I can't remember what it was, but it's like altering it so that the eclipse is not going to be total. It's like
Right.
gradually changing. I
And
don't
that
know.
makes
It
sense.
probably not over our lifetime. It's probably one of those
Right.
like
It's yeah, gradual meaning millions of years. Yeah. And that's
yeah.
probably true because like like those ancient civilizations that made things like Stonehenge or like, lined up their things to the the equinoxes and everything and
Yeah.
where the sun was. They're not, I don't think they're exact anymore, but they would have been because everything's just shifting just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Again, not our
nothing's
lifetime.
exactly. It's all like
Yeah.
we're just like just little blips. We're just little
Yep.
blips in time. Our
Yeah.
meaningless little our non-consequential life. Is that the
Right.
word? Non-inconsequential? I don't know. But yeah, what was it? I was just like, wow, there's so many. What was another one that oh, what did you see one that talked about like the moon controls human behavior through hidden waves? Something like that? Do you remember that? Is that kind of like the tides and
I think it's like the tides. Well,
gravity?
if you think about, well, there's that whole, okay, I will say this up front. I taught middle school. You knew when the full moon was coming. You worked in a hospital. Was it crazier at the full moon? Because those kids, every teacher knows it's
Yeah.
the full moon. Like the few days before, the few days after, it's a mess.
It
It's a
is
mess.
weird how that works because if I worked the night shift on a full moon in the
Hmm.
ER,
Yeah.
you just knew that
Yeah.
there's craziness. And it was like, I don't know if we all just were like, okay, we're just expecting it and then it just happens, but it was crazy. And if you weren't paying attention, you would go, is it a full moon tonight? And then it would be, you know?
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't, has anybody, I mean, that's where the word lunatic and lunacy comes from,
True, that's right. I didn't even think of that. That's
But there's a
right.
lot of other things. So that we do know like it's controlling the tides because it has to do with, um, and biologically, women's cycles
Are
are
supposed to
within
be,
that 28-day time frame of like that same, you know?
huh?
I always find that weird,
I'm in sync
weird
with the moon.
coincidence, a weird synchronicity that,
Mm-hmm.
you're in
True. Hmm.
that same,
Cycle.
yeah.
Yeah. I never thought of
Like
that.
why is our cycle exact, I mean, it's not 100%, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. It's within that,
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, lunatic. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. Man, I
Hmm.
don't know. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the moon is fake and it's a home base to aliens? They're the ones that are flying out of the ocean? I think that's it. They're flying out of our oceans. They're going to the dark side of the moon. They're
Exactly.
landing.
It's just a space station.
And
It's a
then
way
the reason
stop.
they have to go back to the dark side after leaving the ocean is because they have to turn on the hologram so we don't so we don't get messed up, and that's why it's glitching. That's why people say they see glitches. It's because their LED lights are messed up in the hologram.
Oh, and don't forget what is this called again that you can
What?
see this weekend?
Oh, well, oh yeah. What was it called? Like a smiley? Some kind of smiley face you'll be
You're the
able to
one that
see this
told me
weekend.
about it.
I know,
No, I
but
can't.
I've got
So there's gonna be it's not first of all, everything you look up says it has a picture like this, and it's like it's not gonna look like this.
oh yeah.
It's like,
It's
then why are you call but it is gonna be that little sliver crescent and the 2 planets they're gonna be in this,
alignment.
lined up like this, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Saturn what'd you say? Saturn and Venus.
Saturn and Venus. Yep. Saturn is on the right. Not that it matters, and Venus is on the left. But it's supposed to be like a smiley face, like a Cheshire cat. And it's supposed to be on the 25th. So when is that? Oh, well, we have already
Um,
missed that. That's the 23rd, 24th. No. Oh yeah, we probably have missed it. That's Friday. The 25th is Friday.
well, it'll be Friday. It'll be Friday. Yeah.
So you'll have to let us know if you woke up at 5:35 in the morning to see the smiley face moon, the Cheshire moon. That's what I want to call it. The picture I saw, it was probably AI, but it looked like a Cheshire cat, with the big grin.
I know this one
The,
looks like a derpy. I
it
don't know.
looks it looks like I don't know. It looks like an animal, like a little tiny animal, like a meerkat or something.
Yeah.
Oh man. So don't forget to let us know. And what do you think about the Blue Origin? Are they space tourists or are they astronauts?
Did
And
they even go? Some
did
people
they?
don't think they went. They think it was staged.
There's just no way it was staged. But you guys let us know.
I don't think it was staged either. I
No,
just, you know, they
exactly.
need to they I don't think anybody would be as mad if they would just calm down. Like calm down. Like,
True.
calm down, Gail. Calm down.
Oh my gosh. And with that, stay sassy, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching and check out more of our videos right here. Stay sassy.